For more on the convention and the stakes for the party, its leader, I want to welcome to the program political commentator Frédéric Bérard. He's also a law professor at the University of Montreal and counsel at GBM law firm in that city. Welcome to the program. I appreciate having you on.
Thank you.
Now, conventions can be a real test for a leader. How will Pierre Poilievre's first policy convention as leader test him?
Well, I think it's going to be an easy one for Poilievre because if you take a look at the polls right now, the Conservatives are so strong. They have such an important advance on Trudeau's government that they will probably give a free ride to Poilievre, at least for now.
So it should be a fun event, you're saying, for the leader this weekend?
I think it's going to be quite fun, though, because when you have 10% of advance on the next party, usually all the people within your party are pretty enthusiastic, and they're looking forward to send a strong message of unity, obviously.
Let's talk about the leader. He's been laser focused on affordability, inflation, in criticizing the government. But there are some policies that are being brought forward that are sort of culture war, that are important to social conservatives. How does he navigate this?
Yeah, well, let's face it. Pierre Poilievre is trying to imitate in quite a way what Ron DeSantis is doing right now in Florida, where the cultural war is pretty strong, and where we can certainly think that he's trying to import this concept within Canada with I would say as of now with a certain success.
In what sense? Which ones do you think he's succeeding with?
Well, he's succeeding in the sense that this is the politic of division, what we call wedge politics. So if you listen to the Poilievre speeches, it's always about the wokes here, and all the problems in Canada are created by the wokes. And it's not very original, because in the U.S. you have specifically the same thing, especially in certain states like Florida. You see the same things in Europe, and that politics of division as of now in Occident is pretty strong, and it works pretty well. And I think that Pierre Poilievre, which is a very good speaker, is a good fighter, way more than O'Toole or Andrew Scheer. I think that he's succeeding right now to create that division that might in a certain way work at the next election.
Is this a part, too, we saw in the last election campaign, Mr. O'Toole kind of trying to balance, the social conservatives, the blue Tories, the red Tories. Is it working better for Mr. Poilievre?
Well, the context is a bit different. I think that people are getting more tired of Trudeau's government as time goes by. And at the same time, I would say that Poilievre is not trying to do the same thing as O'Toole. He's not trying to unify, as I said. He's trying to move forward and use that wedge politics philosophy, which is you're with us or you're against us. And so far, I mean, it works pretty well. If you take a look at the polls, the guy's at 40% as we speak, which is a lot, especially if you take into account that is not well known in certain provinces like Quebec. So probably you're going to have some gains there to make in the near future.
Yeah, let's talk about Quebec and the political stakes there. I want to show the numbers as well. Let's see if we can show you those. There are 78 federal seats in that province. The Liberals have 35. The Bloc Québécois, 32. Conservatives currently have 9. There is 1 independent and 1 NDP. Polls are not as high for the Conservatives in that province. Can they win a federal election without Quebec?
Well, actually, Stephen Harper did it a few times, as we know. The Conservatives had more than 10 or 12 MPs within the province of Quebec. But as I said, I mean, as of now, people in Quebec don't have a clue about Pierre Poilievre. The guy has not been here for a while, did not conduct any interviews with national media here. So I would figure that at one point, once he's going to be better known, he will probably make some important gains, especially I would say about the bloc. He will probably be able to I would probably gets few votes from the Bloc Québécois if he's playing that brand of wedge politics that the Bloc is used to.
Now, let's just talk about having the Quebec-based convention because, let's be frank, those seats that Stephen Harper won were around that Quebec City area. Will that help the prospects in the province by having this convention there?
Yeah, well, and I think, yeah, you're right mentioning it. It's certainly not a coincidence if they're at Quebec City right now and not, let's say, in the Plateau Mont-Royal in Montreal. Quebec City has always been a terreau fertile, as we say in French, for the Conservatives. And probably they want to send a message that they will stick to that terreau fertile, and they're inclined to move forward in the Quebec region as well.
Fertile ground, right?
Right.
For them. Right. Okay, so my translation isn't that bad. I want to thank you for coming on and your insights today. Appreciate it.
Thanks to you. I appreciate that.
Okay, Frédéric Bérard is a political commentator and law professor at the University of Montreal, as well as counsel at a law firm in the city.